Hello, everybody. Trip Zero here, and I had this crazy idea that LDSPrepper could do to his greenhouse, and this idea kind of was to compare a theoretical system where he would, well, let's back up. It would compare his existing Geo Air system with a theoretical system where he took these barrels that he's got 20, 30-gallon barrels. And let's imagine he connected these all up with tubes, had tube going in and going out, going in and out, all the way across. And at the end, he took another tube, long tube, and ran it serpentine through the soil of his greenhouse all the way across, warming the entire surface area of the ground to whatever the temperature was in these barrels. How would that system uh, compare? Now, of course, you'd have to have a pump that moves the water through all the barrels and the ground, and doing this in an existing greenhouse, retrofitting that would be an easy task. But how would it compare? So I actually did the math. I wrote some uh, physics software uh, that that does at least the simple physics that I can do, and compares the two. Now, I used information that I got from several of his videos, so uh, kind of difficult to get, but I did the best I could. I have the surface area of his greenhouse. I have the volume of air in his greenhouse. I have the volume of soil he's using in his geothermal bank or cache, or whatever you call it, his geothermal heat exchanger. And I have the diameter of his tubing, which I also need. So I plugged all that in. I plugged in the information for the theoretical greenhouse where he uses the water, and this is the result. So the time it would take for him to transfer all the heat from the soil, and I set the soil temperature at just, I think, 15 degrees Celsius, and I set the air, actually, no, I set the soil to 9 degrees Celsius, and I set the air to 4 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold. So 36 Fahrenheit compared to like 45. And how long would it take for the air, assuming it was actually just not even moving, how long would it take this for the soil and the geothermal exchange to heat up the air? And it took about 5 hours using my simulation. And then I did the same thing with the theoretical water system I just described. Water's heating up the entire surface area, the floor area of his greenhouse, and it took 3 hours. So it was much quicker to heat up the greenhouse, heat up all the air in the greenhouse using, sorry, using the water system, the theoretical water system that I just described. So interesting result. Hope it was useful, and maybe LDS Prepper will do it. It would be interesting. So, all right, Trip Zero out.